Hey, this is the Pizza here, and I'm going to be doing my first commentated Guild Wars gameplay. So this is the Northern Wall mission, and I cut out a lot of this because I had to try to fit it within the 11-minute time limit. And so it starts out, and what you're trying to do is scout out the Char and see what they're doing. So you have to make your way past all these enemies and just scout out the Char base in the distance. So right now I'm just fighting my way out. I'm an elementalist right now and I am way too high level for this. This is more of a level 4 or 5 mission and I'm level 7. So it was really easy for me, but some of the later missions in this game I've already beaten it. I've already beaten all the campaigns, and some of the later missions are really hard. Like you have to have a very coordinated group of people to beat them. And so I skipped ahead a bit because the first part you're just fighting through some enemies and fighting through some groups. And here is the first, I guess, elite boss, mini boss or somewhat. You could tell by the glow around him, and yeah, I took him out very quickly. But that's once again because I'm way too high level. So there's like mini bosses all around the world in this game, and you'll encounter a lot of them in these missions. So he was a ranger, I believe. That's what the green outline means. I'm pretty sure an orange outline is a warrior, and purple is mesmer. I'm not quite sure. So this is when you really start the mission after you pull this lever, and there you go. That's the whole landscape you have to cross. And you see those pillars in the distance? I'm pretty sure that's where we're making our way. Oh, and also, these missions, all of them have secondary objectives. So the one here is to collect all the armor of this guy who's actually dead, and you have to bring it to him and his tomb, and you have to find him in his tomb first. So here I kept this battle in because I really like this battle, because it shows like the use of the skills. So here I use a Deathly Swarm on those guys, because it does damage on multiple people. And then you see I use Lava Font because that one enemy was attacking me. And what Lava Font does, it creates lava spouts around your guy, and they do, I think, for me, they do like 13 damage every second or so for 5, I don't remember how long. But it keeps enemies off of you, it's really nice. And so there's the second piece of the armor, I collected it. Pieces of armor are hidden in wreckage. And here there's actually a battle going on between the Grawl, which are other enemies, and the Gargoyles. So they're fighting, and this purple goo actually makes you travel slower if you walk through it. And I try to keep buffing myself because the equipment I have will give me plus 5 energy if I'm unbuffed, but plus 9 if I am buffed. And energy is basically mana in this game. And energy runs out pretty quickly, so you have to make sure you use your skills effectively. I should have used Deathly Swarm here, I'm not sure why I'm not using it. Ah, there we go. Deathly Swarm will spread it to up to 2 people, and it does a lot of damage. You can see it did 63 or so. And it'll spread to 3 people, like the first person, and then if someone's close to them, it'll spread to them. If someone's close to that person, it'll spread to them. It's kind of like a disease, I guess. So there was another elite somewhere in that group, and he was a mesmer. So skipping ahead to the next scene. Here's another piece of wreckage. I probably should have marked all these on the map just to show you guys where they were, but if you play the mission enough, you'll find them. So there's another piece of wreckage, and there's 4 pieces that you have to bring to the guy. And also, Fraps was going at a really low frame rate sometimes, so I had to exit out and restart it up whenever that happened. So, skipping ahead again, this is where you find the secondary mission. So he tells you, like, he was a great warrior, and he can't go to rest until he finds all of his armor pieces. So then you gotta find him for him, and seal his tomb. So me and my party, which my party is made up of henchmen, which are like AI, and you can either have henchmen or real people, and if you have the I forgot what that expansion was called. The one that's like set in it's got like a Middle Eastern Persian type setting. Kind of reminds you of Aladdin. If you get that expansion, then you can have heroes, which are basically really good AI characters that can help you out. You can like customize them, give them their own armor and equipment, customize their skill sets. So those guys can be really useful and almost as good as human players. And so here I did the secondary mission after I did the first one because I wanted to, you know, try to cut down on time as much as possible. So I got 1,000 experience for completing the secondary, and you also get 1,000 for completing the primary. So here's another battle, fighting off some more char, and you see the guy in the background there. He's got the sort of orange glow around him because he's a warrior. So taking these guys out, and sometimes I accidentally hit the wherever my skill is for 2. It's forgot what it's called. I keep forgetting the names of things. But it'll heal you whenever you cast a spell. It'll heal you for like a certain percentage of that energy cost. And I accidentally keep hitting that because in Runes of Magic I have my flame spell set to 2, so I'm used to spamming 2 instead of 1. And so this guy, he's got this really annoying skill called Healing Signet, and you saw it used right there. It heals about, I don't know, 60-70% of his health, and it's got like a 2-second cast time, and he can just keep casting it over and over and over again. But he does have 40% less armor when he casts it. So I think in a second here I actually scrolled over it and discovered that he had less armor. So I tried to time my attacks. I think I actually already knew. Right now I'm trying to get a Vile Touch, which would it does 32 death magic to him, but it actually doesn't help when he has low armor because death magic does the same no matter what. So what I probably should have been trying to do is get a good a good flame spell on him when he does that, and then maybe a deathly swarm or something. But eventually it would just wore him out, took him down. So yeah, that healing snake can be pretty annoying if you can't take him down fast enough. And here's a little bit of a cutscene, so I'll be quiet.
The Char invasion force. Captain Calhan was right. They've spotted us! Back to the wall!
So now my objective is to run back to the wall as quickly as possible, and you can see on the mini-map, which I actually start I start pinging them and drawing circles around them and stuff like that, because you can draw stuff on the mini-map to coordinate attacks with your party members. And so right now your objective is to run back to the wall, and I cut out most of it because it's like 2-3 minutes of just running away, and you can see one of our party members already died, and there goes the second one. And there goes the third one, so I'm all alone here. And luckily though, they slowed down the Char invasion force enough to the point where I could get away. And fraps started to slow down a bit here. Once again, don't know why. Sometimes they'll record at 30 frames per second, then for no apparent reason they'll drop down to like 5 or 4, sometimes even 1. Which actually I think it drops down to 1 about right here. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So I'm trying to turn around so I can show you guys the forest I was running away from, which, once it goes back, there it is. And that's why you don't want to hang back and fight them. Then I'm like, okay, they're getting a little too close for comfort, so I run up here and I finish the mission. Talk to Captain Callahan and explain the situation. So you get another 1,000 for completing the actual mission as well.
You're back. Well done. What news of the Char? Sir, we found Bonfast Birdfur and the Char army in a valley to the north. But I'm afraid we were spotted.
I don't really like my character's face. Yeah, so you can see this game is actually pretty cinematic. It's got some cool moments in it.
There are too many. We'll never hold them back. The wall is lost. We must fall back.
Oh, and the flame sword he has, you actually can get that in the game. I actually have it on one of my characters.
Regroup with the bunkers just north of Fort Rannoch. Can't let the Char make it to the capital.
So there's 1,000 experience, a little bit of Guild Wars action to show you guys, and I'll be continuing the story next time.